Only having a wry smile. He's having a chat with Yuvraj. Close call.
It's been a tough game. In fact, it's been a tough series for the umpires. So many decisions to make, and bowlers like Muralidharan, Harbhajan, Kumble all making the ball to do all sorts of things and do it quickly.
Over the top. Couple of bounces into the hoardings. He's done that extremely well right through this series. Pathan against Murli.
Irfan Pathan deciding it's time for him to open his shoulders out. It was up there to be hit. He picked it up well. Mid-ons in the normal position, not down on the boundary. Gets an easy 4.
You've seen right through this series when Pathan wants to hit in the air, he hits straight. There's a man at deep mid-wicket, I'm not too sure about that. Have the mid-wicket in a conventional position and have the mid-on deep, right on the fence. Giving the opportunity to hit straight is very good at that, Pathan. Again, the single of the last ball of the over, and there'll be overthrows. It's getting sloppy, they're feeling the pressure, Sri Lankans. 174 for 6. India in the second innings, 174 for 6. It's been Yuvraj all the way. He's on 75 and on strike. Upfield and he's gone. Malinga Bandara pitching one outside the off stump. Get the feeling it was the low bounce and the unredged. Very well taken by Sangakkara. It's not very easy to take these catches. The crowd here, small one, stands up to applaud this effort from Yuvraj Singh. Certainly has been a very good one indeed. There was a lot of wind, the ball staying a little wider to him, toe end of the bat, and a very good take by Sangakkara. The leg spinner delighted. His second wicket, he's having a good tour. So Yuvraj Singh making a significant contribution to pass for 75. It's 174 for 7.
बेशुमार, उम्दा, खालिस और लजीज, प्राइड का इंतखाब हर दिल के लिए है अजीज।
है मुबारक उनका नाम, दिली मसरत है।
आपकी मोहब्बत प्राइड की आला इंतखाबियत की दलील है। साल हर साल आपके घर की जीनत प्राइड।
Ajit Agarkar, the new man in. He's got a test match score of 109, the best. That was at Lords. He likes to play his shots, and 2 new men in the com box, Arun Lal and Rajat Fernando.
Thanks, Shiva. So they've got rid of the dangerous Yuvraj Singh, but he's done enormous damage already. Good take there, with a bit of a deviation, but Sangakkara has got his man. He was a little angry. He felt that he had him a while ago, but I don't think that was the case, and nor did it meet with the umpire's affirmative.
Malinga Bandara, he struck at a very important time for Sri Lanka when they were India were looking to go free, and that one, another appeal, but pitching outside leg stump.
Well, 366 in the lead, India, and they're doing it very aggressively. 174 for 7, scoring rate of 4.11. This is definitely pitched outside leg stump. Really. No question about that. The umpire is right. You get one. So they're trying their best to limit the Indians. Already 367 now it is a real difficult ask, but they're still in the game. They haven't let India run away with it.
I think India also have realized that just plodding and pushing at deliveries is not going to help their cause. They need to try and push for runs, because this would mean that the Sri Lankans have to set an in and out field, which would in fact give them a few runs.
Yes, very, very wise indeed. In fact, Yuvraj got 75 of 83 deliveries, almost a run a ball. Really scattered the field, didn't allow Atapattu to get fielders close in, capitalized on it, but you needed guts to play an innings like that. He had a 0 in the first innings. And also, there's no point hanging around there, because the ball, one of them is going to just keep low or bounce or spin more than anticipated. So you play shots like this. Fabulous indeed. Against the turn, just the room available, and he went for it, over extra cover for 4.
Without any doubt, he's the man for the moment. You need someone like Irfan Pathan. He's got the confidence, and he's also got the ability to hit balls wherever he wants to. As soon as he gives it the air, there's no question he's after it, like in a flash.
It also was the top spinner, so he read it well. Runs are coming just too fast for Atapattu's liking. It's 180 for 7. .75 with just 83 for Yuvraj, 14 to Dhoni. Pathan batting 21 of 25, so he's become really a valuable member of this team. Such consistency, and then he comes in and plays in his very uninhibited style. There's no pressure on him. He's becoming very dangerous at that number 8 position. Just when you think you've gone through the team, he walks in and just upsets all your plans.
See, I think the very fact that the Indians have gone after Muralidharan is that is an indication that the Sri Lankans haven't been able to keep them in control. And as you all see, that he's normally very economical, but he's given away 58 runs in now he's into his 15th over, and that's one of the reasons that the Indians have been able to maintain a run rate which also suits this type of pitch. They really haven't been kept under control whatsoever. See, Marvin Atapattu, the Sri Lankan captain, has done a good job under the circumstances. He's had a tough ask here.
It's a lot of turn. Every now and then a ball reacts very differently from the norm. Huge turn. Some of them are keeping low, some of them even bouncing. So if the off spinner keeps landing on that spot outside the off stump, it can get difficult. But he's played that very cleverly. He read it. It's a long, long way to even reach that ball. And they come back for 3. Samravira doing the retrieving.
All these runs do count at this stage. They'll keep on mounting this lead. And again, we know that Irfan Pathan too is someone who really could just tear an attack apart.
Thought about it? It's not all just indiscriminate hitting by Irfan Pathan and Dhoni. They think about their game. Their shot selection is pretty good. That's why they consistently score runs. And of course their temperament is aggressive. Self-belief is evident. 4 runs from the over, 184 for 7. Run rate this session, 36 minutes, 50 runs have come. So even though the wickets are falling, the Indians are content, let's not say content, the Indians are aggressively pursuing these runs because I think it was a good strategy. Just don't let the pressure come on you, just keep the runs flowing. You already have 198, 192 in the kitty. So even though the wickets keep falling, runs keep coming. Wonderfully played, very late indeed. He's found the third man fence for 4.
Very well played indeed. In fact, a shot that would make a top order batsman quite proud. Just waited on that and played it so late. A very, very well played, executed late cut. It's not a shot we see so often in contemporary cricket.
Well, he's followed that up with an even better shot. Take that. Good use of the feet. Oh yes, he enjoyed it. So consecutive boundaries for Ajit Agarkar.
This man, Ajit Agarkar, could bat, as is indicated on that occasion. In India, how lucky they are to have someone batting like him so late. Once again, runs for him. They'll probably pick up 2. Taranga just contains them to a single.
I think this is an obvious strategy by the Indians, just well thought out. They never wanted themselves to be in any kind of problems. That's Sehwag. He must be dictating the strategy. He is the captain and has worked well. Although wickets have fallen, but runs have come, and so there's been no pressure on the Indians.
Yes, when you have a lead of 192, one would think that that really is a logical decision to try and go after them. They have the luxury of having runs in the bag, and also puts the captain in a bit of a dilemma, the opposition captain. That's nicely played once again, fine. He's played that so well, hitting the back of the ball. And Bandara straying on that occasion and paying the penalty 4 runs.
Very cleverly done there by Pathan. This is a big over for the Indians. 13 runs coming off it. Played it very fine with obvious intent. He had to play it away from that deep square leg fielder and he managed it perfectly. 200 runs now for Pathan in the series. Atapatu is 202 and that's what will put it in perspective.
That's it.
Beautiful single taken. Strike retained by Pathan. 14 from the over. 198 for 7.
Leicester Belgrave Mela proudly presents the Boogie Woogie Dance Regional Grand Finals. Don't miss the best Bollywood dancers from across the country as they battle it out head-to-head for the chance to reach the UK and international final. The next regional takes place in London, Sunday the 15th of January 2006 at the Arts Depot, North Finchley. For more info, email lester_mella@yahoo.com or phone 0116 222 1905. Boogie Woogie Boo!
It's the lead 390 and counting. It was 100 for 5. Well, it was 97 for 5 in the first innings, 100 for 5 in the second innings. And in walks Pathan and Dhoni, and they changed things around once again. Along with, of course, Lakshman in the first innings and Yuvraj in the second.
India no doubt have measured their tactics. They've realized that Muralidharan would have been the danger man, and they've attacked him right from the go. Of course, we saw Yuvraj playing some delightful sweeps to him and never really let him settle down. You could see that even at this stage, he's really not got his act as well as what he normally gets things done.
Now Murali is having to bowl with just one slip. 3 men on the onside, which all 3 covering the fence. This is the offside field for Pathan. Just the one slip. Nobody on the onside. So India, I beg your pardon, Sri Lanka under severe pressure. Really can't find the ideal field. They need wickets. They need to finish off these Indians. Already 390 is a huge ask. He's bowled him. Pathan is played on. The onside, the vacant areas in the onside, too much of a temptation. Just getting the underside of the bat and playing on. So they've got another wicket, Sri Lanka. It's now 198 for 8.
A rather unusual shot by Pathan, looking to try and work him. I think it was on the onside. He was just looking to tap it, and unfortunately getting that inside edge. In fact, he's been a nightmare to the Sri Lankans, Irfan Pathan, and the Sri Lankans would be very, very happy to see him go. He walks 27, India 198 for 8 wickets.
दुनिया बदली शहर भी बदला ना बदला दिल का एहसास
पैरी पहनिए बाबूजी।
जूनती रे पुत्र।
माँ बहुत भूख लग रही है।
भूख तो मुझे भी लग रही है, बड़ी दूर से आ रहा हूँ। तो बाबूजी हो जाए कुछ असली रोटी शोटी। अरे वाह, मेरी मनपसंद असली आटे दी।
हाँ जी बाबूजी।
बाबूजी लाजो तो असली आटे के सिवा कुछ जानती ही नहीं।
वही असली बात, वाह।
हर कोई चाहे उम्दा आटा, असली आटा सबसे खास।
अपनेपन का एहसास असली आटा।
Real flour for real chapatis from Asli Atta.
New man in Anil Kumble. This is his 100th game. 350s in Test cricket. He's got a number of centuries in first-class cricket, but he really let his batting sort of stagnate. And he's in here because Irfan Pathan just tempted to play in those vacant areas on the onside. There's nobody on the onside except for the deep. A back turning in his hand, getting the underside and playing it on. So Murali has another. He's got 3 for 61 now. 16 wickets in the series for Murali. Highest. Kumble is 15, but Kumble has another innings to go.
Again going to show the reliance of Sri Lanka on Muralidharan. He's stood out, although really not absolutely fit. He's had a few problems with his leg.
Wicket made in that one. For the 46th. 198 for 8. $198 for 8. 2 more wickets to get for Sri Lanka. The Indians continue to attack. They probably are looking to bowl in about 10-12 overs against Sri Lanka today. They're already feeling pretty secure at the moment. 390 runs ahead. And now another bowling change. Lasith Malinga being brought on.
Athapathu, no doubt, too, would be wanting to get the Indians finished with. He's done a reasonable job with a hard situation, a difficult one. So with a lead of 192 in the first innings, one really had to pick up wickets. That this Indian middle order really has upset most of his plans. And again, one must concede that he's without Chamit Dewas, one of his key bowlers. And the Sri Lankans really don't have too many bowling resources.
Totally defensive against Ajit Agarkar. No slip. Field well spread out. Crossover for a single. It's going to be Anil Kumble now who will have to face up to Malinga. Certainly they're going to get a few close-in fielders. But at the moment, not. I think they're going to rely just on the wicketkeeper.
Yes, in the first innings we saw a spate of short pitch deliveries at Anil Kumble. And that's something he'll need to think about. Keep his fingers out of the way. As it's so important for India to see him bowl in the second innings.
The deep cover fielders come in and you've got a gully now. So that's the only aggressive fielder for Anil Kumble. Possibly leg byes. Brings up the 200 of the Indian innings. 200 for 8 India.
It'll be interesting to see as to whether India would want to have a bowl at the Sri Lankans this evening as well. Once they get up to the sort of the benchmark of a 400, which is a psychologically good total to be with.
19 overs after this. Real quick 50s. The second, third and fourth. Another single. 19 overs more to be bowled, so I suspect that they probably want 10 overs at the Sri Lankans at least. They may not have many options if they're bowled out now. But they'd certainly like to get a few overs in at these tired minds and legs. The Sri Lankans would definitely be psychologically not wanting to play today. The aggressive intentions still very clear. They want quick runs, so they're going after everything.
Malinga really has been expensive. He hasn't been able to maintain a consistent line apart from the pace he's produced.
He wants one. 5 runs in this over. Singles on every ball.
So it's really a run-saving exercise, sort of forcing the Indians to make the mistake. The Sri Lankans are well aware of the fact that the Indians are chasing runs. They're not really looking to push and prod.
Yes, the way the Indians have been batting, it's evident that they want quick runs and then get Sri Lankans into play. At least 10 overs, I would gather. Dot ball to end the over. 2 or 3 for 8. .69 runs for 3 wickets. The run rate of 5.75. It's almost as though the Indians are playing with the intention of trying to wrap it up tomorrow. Really, this is the kind of batting you see when you're ending the 4th day.
Ajit Agarkar's development as a batsman too has been very useful to India, and there's no doubt that he would want to make an impression on both ways of the game, as a number of young bowlers at his heels. There's no question that he seems to be looking to cement his place in this team, and probably the one-day team as well.
14 not out, 26 in the first innings, now 16 not out. There are 2 short legs for him against Murli. There would be a big leap in the rankings for India should they wrap this series up with a 2-0 scoreline. India would then be second. They would be replacing England, and would you believe it, that would be the best ever since the ICC rankings have been instituted. The second position would be the best that India would have achieved. So lots to play for.
There's certainly a huge jump for India, and on the other hand, Sri Lanka has taken a bit of a pounding. They've dropped many a paces. That's something they really need to think about.
A maiden over. The second in succession for Murli. 2 or 3 for 8.
That's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy.
When a nagging cough, runny nose and an aching head stop you sleeping, nurse it better with Night Nurse.
Night Nurse.
When a tickly cough keeps you from falling asleep, try Cough Nurse and nurse your nighttime cough better.
212, England, India. India will go past England. Should they win this match, it will be 115 for India.
Yes, I think from a Sri Lankan point of view, you would also see that the margin of difference between the ranks or the rankings just above them, Pakistan, South Africa, New Zealand, very little to choose from. So Sri Lanka really would be living in some sort of hope. But just look at India. They've just want to catch up with England, and that they would do if they do beat Sri Lanka here and win the series. But they'll get 2 points for that. So they'll need to really chase Australia from that point onwards.
Ajit Agarkar. Well, I'm just been told that Ajit Agarkar was actually a very prolific batsman when he was in his formative years in schools cricket. He's got triple hundreds and double hundreds galore, and he actually took to bowling in the under 19 level when he made that, started bowling, and he made that tour of Sri Lanka with Anshuman Gaikwad as the coach. and since then he's been more of a bowler, and he's let his batting really go down. That's the first class career record for him, just 200s there.
So if India really is looking for an all-rounder, you've also got someone like Ajit Akaka who would be able to fit the bill. You know that Pathan's been looked at very strongly. So India really is very well served and has a lot to look forward to.
Well, as it stands, Ajit Agarkar has got to be primarily a bowler, and then his batting would benefit the side. But he's got to get wickets consistently. Any runs with the bat should be a bonus because he comes in at number 9. Definite advantage. But he's got to get wickets first. But this is a stunning shot. Short outside the off stump, well controlled. Wrists rolling on that one, and it brings up the 400 lead for India.
Definite makings of a batsman, Ajit Akaka. There's no question that none of his talent has left him. He's coming over it, bit of a tennis shot, but all the same picking up runs off it.
For more. Sangakkara made a valiant attempt. The top edge, just passing the gloves, and not happy times for Malinga.
Took Sangakkara a bit by surprise, really didn't expect it to come his way in that fashion. Just a valiant effort, as you say. He was up in the air, got that outstretched left hand out, but really didn't get much contact.
Lead now 404. "17 more to be bowled after this. Should there be a declaration, then obviously 2 would go for changeover time. Single to retain strike. After 49, it's 213 for 8, and they'll take drinks.
Love cricket? Get coached by the legends. Ace Academy have set up development days where you can brush up on your cricketing skills. For £35, you can be coached by the best in cricket, including the likes of Mark Butcher, Darren Gough, Andrew Caddick, Usman Afzal, Vikram Solanki, Chris Lewis, Devon Malcolm, and many more.
The break is...
Development days will take place on the following days. The South, the Oval, 7th and 8th of January 2006. The North, Old Trafford, Manchester, 29th of January 2006. The Midlands, Trent Bridge, 25th and 26th of February 2006. These days are open to any age, both sexes and all standards. Call now for details on 0870 757 3132.
Spot for people in Ahmedabad. An ideal place to relax. And back here it's Muralidharan to Agarkar, and they steal a quick single.
The psychological mark of 400 runs is already on board, and there might be some speculation around that will India declare, and why should they? You have 2.5 days, well, not exactly 2.5 days, just 2 days and a few overs. They would play as long as possible.
Yes, 16 overs and 5 deliveries to go in the day's play. And the other question, of course, is whether the Sri Lankans will get the balance 2 wickets. And he's got to get out of the way. Down the track, but nothing.
Kumble loves to play the big shots, and there was an attempt here.
Well, that took the outside edge, leading edge in fact, and a single. So yes, it's been a case of trying to attack the Sri Lankan bowlers most of the time in this innings.
He takes his batting very seriously, Anil Kumble.
This time it's Agaka. He's hit it hard and high. And yes, umpire Billy Bowden, in his own fashion, signals that it's a 6.
He's been on the song this time. Ajit Agarkar is timing most of his shots very well. And this one, he does it really well. Beautifully picked. Sails all along.
This time he drives well on the offside, and it's not fielded by a diving Maroof. Couldn't get his left hand to it. So the 6 is followed by a boundary.
It was on the onside, the previous one, and this time a better shot all along the ground, and Maroof got close to it but couldn't really stop it. Good shots by Ajit Agarkar.
What a knock this has been. Agarkar coming down the order, played well in the first innings, and he's continued to do so in this innings as well. End of an expensive over from Muralidharan, 225 for 8. A good session for the Indians. 65 minutes of play, 91 runs scored. They've lost the 3 wickets, but their run rate is 6.07.
Aggressive batting.
Change in the bowling, and Fawaz Maroof comes back. He's had plenty of bowling to do. 27 overs in the first innings, 2 for 52. The 2 wickets of the top scorers, VVS Lakshman and Irfan Pathan, and in the second innings he had Lakshman with a beauty. So he's coming back for his second spell, just the 4 overs in that first spell. There's no doubt that these 2 batsmen will take the attack to him.
"16 overs left for the day." And there might be a little strategy for the end of the day's play. 5 overs in case Agarkar and Kumble goes along. A partnership builds up, and the last 5 overs, you never know, they might probably put in the Sri Lankans in.
Of course, one thing they'll have to watch, Sri, is the light, because it has been getting dark fairly early in the evenings. Another wide delivery, and of course if they put them in, it'll be the quicker bowlers who'll start proceedings.
Well, not necessary. You might straight away get started with Anil and Harbhajan Singh in that case.
For the moment it's Maroof, and he's bowled a couple of deliveries, and they've been looseners, they've been wide outside the off stump. Call for a single, but they decide against it quite wisely. And Sri Maroof hasn't had much bowling for a while. He's come here, bowled a long spell in the first innings, and now 4 overs. Perhaps he's feeling a little bit stiff.
Yes, he is. Actually, he's not really running hard into the wicket. Slow strides. I don't think he was expecting to bowl.
Looks much better now. He's got the off-stump line.
It takes a few balls to get your body moving. Warm up and try to see what the ball is doing. Is it reversing the normal swing?
This time Kumble has a go, but he can't beat mid-off. They'll get the single for it. So the lead advances to 418. And certainly that's a very, very good position for India to be in. It's a very pensive Marvan Atapattu. Slower delivery down the leg side, ends the Maroof's over. India 226 for 8. Those are the highest fourth innings totals made to win a test match. The exact lead now 418 that was made by the West Indians in 2003.
I remember the first one, 418 for 7. The Australia-England leads, no clue, and of course the Australia-Pakistan Hobart match. I think Adam Gilchrist got and Justin Langer had a huge partnership.
Driven nicely down to long off. Pick up one, 419 the lead now. And very noticeable, Sri, that the second half of the Indian batsmen have really come in and contributed in this series.
Two noises. Could be from the pad, inner edge pads, and it's off the bat, yes.
We've had a few that have spun and jumped very sharply after the tea break. A little bit of dust as the ball hits the ground. Spin again, but well negotiated by Agaka.
Kumble is batting at the centre, and he would be very keen to see how the wicket is behaving. So goes for the big one this time. Manages an inner edge again. Down to the square leg boundary. Talking about Anil now, he's an intelligent cricketer. He would be analysing the wickets, the spots, and probably he will choose the end when he comes back to bowl.
So Muralidharan pulling it down a little short, giving the batsman plenty of time to get onto the back foot, watch it and then play it.
We have seen the last 3 balls being played down to the fine leg region. I think there is a gap. I'm sure Attapattu realizes it. Oh, almost a repetition. This time they might look for the second. They get it. Good running between the wickets. End of the over, 233 for 8, India.
यही टेस्ट मिस्टेक पर आई लड़की को एक सेल्स गर्ल को घर में बुलाया और
ओ मर्द को गोरा बनाने का क्रीम बेच रही थी।
और फिर क्या होगा सोचो।
ये टेस्ट गोरा हो जाएगा,
हमारा मुंह काला हो जाएगा।
कुड़कुड़िया हाउस नंबर 43 सिर्फ सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन एशिया पर।
That's how it's gone for the batsman this series.
Lakshman, the top scorer. I beg your pardon, Pathan has overtaken. Now that's a very, very interesting Indian batting card. 202. Sachin Tendulkar, 189. Lakshman, 194. Where is Rahul Dravid?
It also shows that it's been hard work for the batsman. Maruf starts off with a slower delivery, but it's down the leg side, and Sangakkara has got some work to do. Leg byes, and the lead stretches to 427.
Slow one.
Well played. But there's a man in the deep, Muralidharan. Ajit Agarkar is on 40. He's faced just the 31 deliveries, 5 boundaries and 1 6 for him. So a strike rate of 129 for Ajit Agarkar. And Kumble, he's made 18 deliveries faced by Kumble. This pair came together when the score was 198, so 38 runs added by them of just the 40 deliveries.
Nicely played. Wielded well, but found the fielder.
It was short, and it was well played, but Marwan Attapattu throwing himself. The Sri Lankans still active, still giving it all they have on the field. That's a good sign. Mubarak has been very good in the covers right through the series, brought up some spectacular saves. There's Mubarak again. He's also fielded close to the bat in that back pad position to the spinners. Picked up a couple of catches in those areas too.
But he has to bat well in the second innings. Shane Mubarak trying to cement his place, not a regular member of the side.
Hit powerfully, and a big effort there. Couple of runs. Was wide outside the off stump. Dilshan threw himself, couldn't get to it.
Fag, end of the day, he has bowled quite a bit of overs, and what an effort. Top class.
Never easy when you get that awkward bounce, falling just a few feet in front. It's also in that backward point position where the ball comes spinning at you.
Certainly saved a 4.
No runs, and this time there's no fielder to cut it off. So Maruf's over finishes with a boundary, and the score moves to 242 for 8.
Good partnerships down the order. Have a look. It should be a down-to-top approach here. 44, the existing one. Pathan, Agarkar 24, 40 between Pathan and Yuvraj. 34, 19, 47, and it's in a way you can say it's in a descending order.
Yes, they've not been big partnerships, but sufficient to keep the scoreboard ticking, because India were looking to stretch their lead. They had a lead of 192 runs in the first innings. And now we see a change in the bowling. Bandara comes back. He's picked up 2 wickets, but he's been a bit expensive. In fact, all the bowlers have gone for a few in this innings, because the Indians have been attacking most of the way. Now their lead 434. The Sri Lankans also will desperately want to try and finish this off, get back to bat in the second innings.
Given the conditions, the situation in which Sri Lanka are still attacking, a slip forward short leg. They go for a quick single this time. It's pretty attacking.
Interesting to see whether they'll continue with that attacking feel for Ajit Agarkar as well. He's on 46. He's made 1 test century, Ajit Agarkar, and this is his next highest score. That 100 which he got at Lord's, his top score. Crowd chanting and cheering expectantly. Not to be.
Got a good 100 against England at Lord's, 109. But India still lost the game. Good use of the feet this time to the long offence.
Entertaining partnership between Agarkar and Kumble. Agarkar's done almost all the scoring, most of it. 46 of 48 deliveries.
The partnership, end of the over, India 244 for 8.
Lost 5 wickets. That was before the lunch break, and India have lost 8, so 13 wickets falling in the day. India have scored 244 in their second innings, so plenty of runs scored as well. Sri Lankans just added 75 runs to their overnight score. Tilakaratne Dilshan now going to start his 9th over, was the top scorer for Sri Lanka, made 65 runs, and he's picked up the valuable wicket of Sachin Tendulkar.
A very healthy lead overall, 436 runs. And Sri Lanka will definitely find it difficult. Draw is not a possibility. Still you have 2 good days. And
he's chopped that one away. Will get just the single as Muralidharan down there in the deep. So pretty defensive field, that's to be expected. Only the one slip, the rest of them all spread out. The lone close fielder at slip, and then there's a deep cover, extra cover mid-off on the offside. Kumble drives but finds the mid-off fielder.
it's not a big turner, Dilshan. He's more of a fastish off break. Tries to bowl wicket to wicket. He has done well in the one-dayers. Kumble is keen for a single, which is not there.
Yes, Dilshan is a defensive type of bowler. Tries to strangle the batsman out, and is used usefully as a bowler in the one-days. Comfortable single with that on drive. That's the end of Dilshan's over. 246 for 8. .246 for 8 India. They've now batted 55 overs in their second innings. Yuvraj Singh out for a duck in the first innings. 75 of 83 deliveries, a very entertaining knock from him. And now Ajit Agaka is not out on 48. Also an entertaining knock. He's faced just the 39 deliveries. Been partnerships in the second half of this Indian innings. That's helped to extend their lead to 438. They led by 192 in the first innings.
Now, to be honest, Atapattu takes a lot of time to set his field. Right from the day one, we know that the ICC has come out with a new rule now that he is not harmed anymore. He can take his good old time. They extend the time half an hour before the game, and even the match fees, which used to be deducted, they don't do it anymore. But there has to be something now. This is something Atapattu needs to think over.
Gets his bat to that one.